back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, I'm going to be cooking, as y'all can see by the title, and I'm going to bring y'all closer so y'all can see what I'm making. Okay, so as y'all can see, I have some salmon, and they look different because this one is fresh and this one was frozen. And I have some shrimp, and I have a potato over here, and I only have one potato because I'm only making enough for me, and you'll be surprised how much one potato can make. And over here I have some seasonings and olive oil. So I have some olive oil, some crushed red pepper, some paprika, some onion powder, some Italian seasoning, garlic powder, sea salt, and pepper. I don't know exactly what I'm using on what, but these are just the general seasonings that I use. So yes, first I'm going to cut up this potato, and then I'm going to season everything, and then we're going to go to the stove. So I already peeled my potato. Don't hold a knife like that, that's dangerous. But so now I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm not going to dice it. I'm going to make it like slices, and I'm going to try to make them as even as possible. I don't want to make them too thick or too thin, because then they're not all going to cook the same, and then when it gets harder to hold it on this end, I just turn it around and cut it that way. I know I'm not holding this right. I'm not clawing, but it's hard to claw when like it's an awkward shape. So whatever. Be very careful when you get to the last one, because you don't want to cut yourself. Okay. And they're about this thick. Not too thick, not thin. It's not all the same all the way all around. But it's, you know, it's kind of the same, so whatever. And as you can see, even just half a potato makes a good serving. I'm hungry because I didn't eat anything yesterday except some crackers and a cookie. So that's why it might look like a lot of food. And plus, I like to eat, so I'm gonna make a lot of food. And who gonna stop me? Ooh, see this one gonna be a little crispy by the time the other ones are soft, because I want to make them soft. This one gonna be a little crispy because it's a little too thin, but whatever, I'm gonna still eat it. And see, this is not really acceptable. It's this thin on this side, so I'm gonna try to shave off a little bit, try to make it somewhat even, because this one's still gonna be hard by the time the rest of the potato cook. Whatever, it ain't perfect, but it's still edible. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is the potatoes, because I feel like they're gonna take a little bit longer to cook than everything else. Also, I apologize about the lighting. I'm in the kitchen. So I'm gonna take some olive oil. This would probably be better if I did it in a bowl, but I don't feel like wasting another dish. So I'm gonna just pour some olive oil over it and rub that in all the potatoes. Okay, now I'm gonna lay them out generally flat so I can season them. It can be kind of hard to season the potatoes when they're cut like this, because some of them might not get seasoning because it's under another potato. So whatever, that's good enough. I'm gonna start with some sea salt. This is the sea salt that I'm using. I actually really like the taste of sea salt. I prefer it better than like regular Epsom salt or whatever. And this, I just feel like it might add some color. I don't really feel like paprika tastes like anything, so, but I'm gonna just add a little bit. Ooh. Okay, I just added way too much, but it's fine. Now I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning, because that goes on everything. Duh. I don't feel like this tastes like anything either, but whatever. And I might add a little bit of these, maybe when they're in the pan. Add a little bit now. These still have the seeds in them, so this can be hot. I'm going to try my best to mix this up without getting it everywhere. And I also took off, I don't know if y'all ever noticed, but I do wear rings, but I also take those off when I cook because I don't want my rings touching the food, but I also don't want seasoning all up in my rings. So I'm gonna wash my hands and move on to the seafood. Before I move on to the seafood, I am gonna put the potatoes on the stove because they're gonna take longer to cook. So put it on medium to low heat. Put a little bit of olive oil because we already did put some olive oil on the potatoes. And put these in the pan. Try to get the olive oil all around. I've been thinking I'm a chef sometimes, y'all. I'm really not. Okay. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of water to help the potatoes soften up just a little bit. And I'm gonna try to separate them so that they actually cook. Okay. And then I'm gonna cover it so that, like I said, they get soft. Now onto the fish. I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to each of them. Rub it in. And this one, like I said, is fresh. That's why it still has the skin on it. Now I'm basically gonna do the same thing with the seasonings, except I probably won't add the red pepper flakes because that is on the potatoes. Some garlic powder. Ooh, that was way too much. Some paprika. I'm literally just adding this for the, I'm not gonna add any paprika on that side, for the color, because I already don't feel like paprika tastes like anything. Okay, now I'm gonna rub it in. So now I'm gonna turn on this pan, and I'm gonna put the salmon on with the oil, with the fish. I'm gonna add seasoning side down for the main side, and I'm not gonna add the shrimp until after this is basically almost cooked because shrimp cooks fast. I had to turn the potatoes all the way on low because I guess I didn't realize that I cut them thinner than I usually do, so they cooked pretty quickly. So I turned it all the way on low. You can see that some of them look kind of transparent in some parts. You kind of want that on all of them. Otherwise, it's going to taste like vegetable juice. Now the salmon is cooking. And I also cook this on a relatively low temperature too because I don't want it to cook too fast. so this is the final product. The potatoes came out a little more burnt than they usually do, but that's okay. I'm gonna still eat them. I had to come upstairs because it was getting loud downstairs and I couldn't do my outro. But that is all I have for this video. I apologize about my potatoes, but I'm gonna still eat them. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up down below. Comment if y'all want me to cook more stuff, y'all want to see more cooking videos, y'all want more cooking videos, whatever, and what else you want to see for Vlogmas. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video.
Warriors around, don't get caught in the mosh pit. Fuel to the fire, ain't nobody can stop it. Trouble in my city, but you know I'm across it. Got a 40 on my hip and I'm liable to spark it.